Hi, and thanks for returning to Coin Lady channel. And once more, Jasmine is simply booming. We've witnessed another enormous pump, and it doesn't appear to be slowing down. Should you purchase? And some individuals are currently making some fairly sizable gains. I'll go over everything in this video. Now let's get started. Greetings and welcome back to the channel, everyone. Jasmine coin is now ranked 81st among cryptocurrencies, with a market capitalization of $1.2 billion. And I've just started trading some futures with Jasmine, so this thing is really running right now. And wow, there's a lot of opportunity to discuss about Magic Exchange in just 1 minute, but JASMY's volume is up 69.47% and approaching half. In other words, slightly more than $500,000 in volume. You kind of get into a mindset where you wonder, what does it do when its volume reaches $1 billion? As I mentioned in my last video, 50-cent JASMY ranks this as one of the top 10 cryptocurrencies. Its market capitalization is $1.2 billion. It's noteworthy to see that Nance holds the lion's share, with 140 million coins, about twice the currency base amount. This becomes evident when you start to examine what's actually happening, and more importantly, where the volume is. And keep in mind that, if you want to call it that, the bull market is still very early on. And JASMY has truly taught us a lot. We've been discussing Jasmine for the past 2 to 8 years, or perhaps 5 years ago, when we first began discussing it on the channel and discussed in depth about what it's all about. I won't get into too many specifics just now. JASMY is really having a blast right now, as you will know if you've been watching this channel and subscribed. What then is the situation that we are in? Why, I suppose, is the sentiment developing so strongly? In the end, though, everyone is thrilled about it at the moment, and it seems like no one has discussed it. And right now, everyone is talking about what's happening with Make Me Feel Jazzy. Here's Hero tweeting some of the most important points. When comparing the year-to-date position, the growth is merely 231%. Additionally, we have seen a 300% increase in the last 24 hours. Which has been a noteworthy rise over the past 90 days. With a circulating supply of 49.3 billion, it's essentially available for everyone to own. So it really gives you an idea of where JASMY is going to go. At an all-time high, $4.99 is seen. It genuinely conveys the sense of where things are headed. You can now consistently determine when a coin is truly popping off. Please be aware that there is only one Telegram, and you can always tell when someone is becoming overly optimistic, because we begin to receive impersonations. There is only one Telegram account for Jasmine, and Junction, you may recall, the permissionless incubator that gave rise to the upcoming JASMY chain, is what I keep seeing mentioned on sites like CoinMarketCap and many others when they discuss Jasmine's having this. Thus, please take care to ensure that you are trading on the appropriate platforms, and in the end, with the appropriate tools. Thus, the current question is, why are we witnessing such a large-scale rally? To be sure, it bears a lot of similarities to Pepe and She, but not in the traditional coin sense. We know that this afternoon will be very important. People are starting to realize not just the potential that Jasmine has right now, but also what Jasmine will ultimately accomplish in the long run. Think of data, democratization, hardware partnerships, and the many, many other things that Jasmine is genuinely attempting to accomplish. We also had a brief conversation about this. The alliances and relationships they are forming were discussed in my last video. This is major news indeed. The main takeaway, I suppose, is that a lot of this occurs in the background. Much of it simply occurs in the background. However, we now know that there are connections to Sony, and we also know that there are connections to Oxygen Capital Ventures. This enormous amount of funding is going into Jazz, and it's all about learning how to handle data democratization. That, in my opinion, is a major factor in why jasmine is so hot right now. Additionally, Adi G has written a fantastic article here. He briefly discusses the reasons behind jasmine's expected significant role. And I just want to briefly touch on a few aspects of this. It does confirm what I've been saying, but more significantly, it conveys to you the direction we are taking. After all, everything in our environment these days is smart: smart cars, smart thermostats, smart speakers, smartphones, and everything else. Jasmine will help you regain your privacy through their cutting-edge technology that will be implemented in the smart devices. All of your data will be blocked and impossible to leak. You will be in control of whether you want to sell your data or just remain private. All of these devices are gathering data on you through cameras and microphones, and they listen to everything you say or search says. And this, in my opinion, really well captures what Jasmine is doing. What matters more, in my opinion, is that it is attempting to address real-world use cases. Now let's look at the price action on JASMY, where you can see that it's a moon mission for Jasmine at the moment. We've been sending back here since Sunday, the 18th, already at a 321% move, and we're looking very bullish now again. We saw this consolidation phase, and while everything else was looking extremely good, BTC now appears to be trying to break 64,000. Thus, I'm anticipating a large surge in alt, and in particular, since feeling towards Jasmine is still extremely strong. It's possible that we'll see 3 cents on Jasmine very soon, which would be completely absurd to consider. However, you guys let me know in the comments section below if you're still positive about Jasmine's pricing moving forward. That's where the video stops. Kindly subscribe to and like my channel. Bye and see you soon.